So here's an interesting lesson for you on a little bit kind of like modes and how modes aren't rules. They're just a way to explain things. So in other words, like you don't have to, um, if you want to be in a Lydian mode, you don't have to make your whole song in Lydian. And let's use a song you might know called the Star Spangled Banner, a song with that memorable melody line. To kind of feel our way around modes or to try to see if there's something modal here. Let's explore. So we're going to do this in the key of G, even though many times it's in the key of B flat. But that tends to be if a marching band is involved, dude. I think due to the instruments, the trombones or whatever, I think those wind instruments are more often easier played in the key of B and B flat. Just something I kind of think I know. But anyways, we're doing it in the key of G, which is listed out on this board here. What we want to find out is there a purple note in the song? Let me play it first. Let me play the intro. And I got a really weird guitar sound here. So deal with that, Jimi Hendrix-ish, I guess, maybe. But I'm not going to do any, funky whammy bar stuff or any of that stuff. But let's hear it with a normal note, being that if we're looking at our scale here, this here, well, I got to do a couple things here. Let me get a windowed screen here, a projector on. Put that always on top, okay, so I can see myself. And, okay, yeah, I think this won't work either. Hold on. Okay, alrighty here, let's get here, and alright, so I got my cursor. Here's that purple note, and let's hear without the purple note. Let's bring that back down to a fourth here, this white note in between the 3 and the sharp 4 here. Let's play it like that. So here's the beginning of the Star Spangled Banner, and it just arpeggiates. A G major chord is how we're saying that we're beginning in G major. 1, 3, 5, 1. Now that almost sounds right, but it's not. Let's hear it with the sharp 4 and see what happens. Now that 4 kind of lifts it up. Technically, Lydian, a scale that uses this sharp 4th, this is like a little tool to create a brighter sound, to uplift the spirit of the scale. It's generally how it's heard. And so it kind of makes sense that maybe in that part of, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? So there's dawn, and it's an early light. We're talking about light. We're talking about, things rising. So it stands to reason that you would use the lighter key there. Now, later in the song, there is a part where it jumps out of Lydian and goes to G natural major, right? So when that happens, many people feel, and they don't know why. And it's these modal techniques are playing with them. So let me show you here. So we'll go through the song a little bit from the top. Now there it is with that sharp 4th, purple note right here. 3, 4, 5. When it cycles back again. One more time. Just to kind of wear you out a little bit. Now, this is where people tend to feel a shift, because that note right there is indicating that we're back in the major scale. And that note was this note right here. Let's go to this scale. Now everything shifted to this. You can see our 1, 3, 5 of G still. 1, 2, 3. But now instead of going 3, sharp 4, 5, here's the 3. Now I play the 4. It sounds more solid, more straightforward, no nonsense. The Lydian mode, while lighter and brighter, is like a little bit weaker of a statement than the natural minor. Natural major and natural minor are like your most bold scales. I mean, I don't know, if you get to the other side, the darker scales are a little bit, well, maybe not. No, I don't think so. Kind of in my opinion, yeah, Mixolydian and Phrygian, they're probably maybe even a little bit bolder, I guess. But anyways, that's kind of subjective. But this, we just want a normal sounding scale. We wouldn't want to be in Mixolydian here. We're not singing a jamboree song. We're not playing a Dead song. We're playing this Star Spangled Banner, good, wholesome American songs. You want to be in that wholesome Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star scale. So we go 4, 5, 5, 2, 3, 4, 4. Back to Lydian. Oops, sorry, I screwed it all up. Back to Lydian. Was still there. So we touched back to Lydian again when we did that. So anyways, let me go. And the rocket's red glare. Through the night. Lydian again. So when you do that, it kind of surprises the listener, takes them back to that lighter part. Now we go back to major. And I know that because we're dancing around this square of notes here, indicating now that's the one, and that is G. That's the one, G major. But before, the one was G, but that was the 4, so we were actually in the key of D. So, or G Lydian, which is a derivative of the key, the parent key of D. So you could say that the Star Spangled Banner is bouncing from the key of D to the key of G, and that's entirely possible because D and G are above each other. So we have the D above the G, and when you have notes in that direction, you can know on the guitar fretboard, it's just a thing, like this would be in the circle of fifths, but you don't need that to understand this. All you need to know is on the fretboard, if I have a note fretted on the A string, here's the D, above I have a G, that key shares 6 notes, and below I have an A, and that key shares 6 notes. So they share 6 notes. So there's only one note that's different between the scales, and it's that sharp 4. And that's what the that's why they're so borrowable, meaning if you borrow chords or just they're so interchangeable like that. So, and that's shift. Because now we're presidential. We're in G major. It's like a stable key. So suddenly our melody is indicating stability, where there was kind of questionability before. Where are we going to win? We're sailing through the night where there's doubt, but then there's solidity, confidence. All right, so that's all I wanted to leave you with. I won't finish up the song. Basically, you know how it goes. And I wanted to kind of make a short lesson for all the long lessons I make and elucidate some modal things that you may not have realized were something that you're hearing all the time, and why perhaps you, if you feel an emotional shift during the Star Spangled Banner, what's actually happening. Musicians know it's modes. All right. I mean, you know, it's just, it can be explained modally. Did the composers uh, make it modal? Probably. I would think that this isn't hard to know. So it's very, even though people think, oh, no one thinks some Cora, whatever the thing you search on, if you search it out on Google, you might pull up the saying that says, oh, people tend not to think in modes, but how does anyone typing that out know how to generalize an entire population, especially people who get this stuff? So, okay, I'll get off my soapbox now. Have a good day and enjoy. Enjoy USA.